Hello there. Let's get twisted. I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome back to March of the Living Dead 3. We're going to talk about Resident Evil Retribution. A movie that confused the hell out of me at first. It was confusing. Before I get started, you may be able to notice it, but I do have a cold. I'm starting my vacation and I get a cold. This is the first day of my vacation. I have a cold. I better not be fucking sick through the whole thing. God damn it. But for as long as I can, I'm going to keep moving with these. You know, for what I can do. But, Resident Evil Retribution confused the hell out of me right away. Well, first of all, I put the DVD in. So, the DVD that I have is that collection back there that you see. It's a DVD collection that has all of the Milla Jovovich Resident Evil movies in it. Because companies nowadays are too cheap to give each movie its own disc, no, they doubled up on it. And they don't give it a menu. So it's just a regular, like a stock background. It says play movie, Resident Evil Apocalypse. Play movie, Resident Evil Extinction, Resident Evil Afterlife. But for these last two, they have regular menus because they just took the disc and put them on there. Because the other one was from the original collection, which I actually have. Hold on, I'll go and get it. I have the other collection here, so I can show you. Right. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the 4 film collection that released after Afterlife. And you see there's 2 movies on each disc. Right? That's what they did for this, is when they did this collection, they just drew these 2 discs from this collection. And then the single disc from the other one. From the other movies. Yeah, so this has a menu. And oh my god, the biggest laugh I think I've done watching this franchise. When I put it in, and the menu was naked Milla Jovovich. It is. She's waking up with the towel thing over her. I'm like, naked Milla Jovovich. She's back. Yes, I guess my theory was wrong. I don't know. But, yeah, that's the menu, by the way. They decided this has to be the menu. I guess. Chucky's impressed, aren't you, Chucky? This one likes it. This one's high, I think. This shirt. I got this for my birthday. But I also got one of these for Christmas, if you remember correctly. So I took the sleeves off this one. Same thing. So, before I get started here. Because I won't have a whole video for February, so. Because I have one thing. Plus the shirts. 2 of them, which are the same. So I got 2 other shirts, 2 new ones, and then my sister got me, and then she got me another one of these, and another one of the wrestling ones. So I took the sleeves off, so I can be more comfortable and wear these around the apartment. Usually I only wear t-shirts out in public when I go places, because that's how they work. Otherwise I wear the sleeveless ones at home. You guys know that. And I'll put them in the background. So we start off. Very confusing. So, the question that everyone was probably asking, especially with this franchise, is that, are they actually going to follow up on what they set up at the end of the last one, with Jill leading a battalion of Umbrella Corporation fighters to that aircraft carrier on the sea that had our heroes on it? Yes. And no. Because we start with Milla Jovovich in the water and everything is shown in reverse. And I know why this was done, because they didn't bring back 3 of the characters that were standing there in the last one, because as they show, as they reverse and they go back, you see that Kmart, Chris, and Claire are nowhere on that thing. Even when they kind of pull away, and I think then they just show a shot from the previous film, but they're like, there's like a soldier laying next to her. It could be Chris, but, and I looked it up, Chris never comes back. Claire does, so I know she's alive. I didn't see anything about Kmart either. But if that's not enough, all of a sudden, this cuts, and Alice is waking up in a suburban household in a bed. Yeah, and she's married to Carlos Oliveira. And I caught it. He started talking, I'm like, I know that voice. That's Odette Fair's voice. Is that Carlos? Apparently his name is Todd here. And they have a daughter. Her name is Becky. Yeah, I do like how this is like a normal zombie outbreak kind of thing. Something you see in like the Dawn of the Dead remake or something, which they probably ripped off, I don't know. But they're having a normal breakfast, and I got coffee on my shirt, I need to go change. And turns around, zombie! Right? And something I didn't figure out why there was a reason. The little girl is deaf. And I don't know. I guess I didn't look. Is the actress deaf? Is that why? Because a lot of times it won't be a character trait, and they're just. I know she looked familiar. She's a little girl she was also deaf in that movie, if I remember correctly. In Orphan. Engineer she's born partially. Okay, sure, she is deaf. But there's no. Orphan has a narrative reason for her being deaf, right? Like, it fits into the plot. There's no reason why she needs to be deaf here. Zombies, why? Because they want, a deaf person goes to the zombies. Sure. Yeah. As they escape, they bump into Rain, who is somehow now alive. And I'm going, what the hell is going on here? Because I forgot. Because they showed this trailer. I forgot what the plot of this movie was. These are all clones. Though I don't know how they explained the daughter. Did they create a clone of Alice and Carlos, and they just bang boomed and had a baby, and it wasn't a part of the plan? There's really no reason for the little girl to be involved in the plot. It's like, guarantee she's not in the next one. I don't know what she's about. Plot. Yeah. Well, they're hit by a truck, and the good Rain that helped them, she gets knocked unconscious. So Alice hides Becky inside a house before she is attacked by her zombie husband. Then we get, say it with me now, naked Mila Jovovich as she wakes up in an underwater facility and interrogated by Jill, who doesn't remember her or is just working she's got the thing on her. We'll get to it, but I was jumping up. This had me, we'll get there. The power fails and she escapes, finding herself in Tokyo, which is the simulation Tokyo from the beginning of the last one. I think it was the last one or Extinction, whichever one starts with that. I don't know. Well, she runs into, a character from the video games, Ada Wong, who was working for Wesker. And she just somehow knows, I know you. You work for Umbrella. Not anymore. You work for Wesker. Yeah, and neither did... You work for Wesker. You both work for Umbrella. Not anymore. And neither does he. It's like, what? Wait, what? So he pops up on a screen. Neither of them work for Umbrella. And the power outage was staged by him. And the Red Queen was reactivated after the hive was contaminated. Apparently. So she now controls Umbrella. She's the big bad. Sorta. She's not the big bad in this movie, but she's the big bad, I guess. Yeah. So they're in Russia, but it's Japan. It's not really Japan. They're in Russia. Okay. It was designed for manufacturing clothes to create simulated outbreaks to show the effect of the T-virus. Now, we have to remember that Milla Jovovich does not have the T-virus in her system. She's a normal human. Something they did not remember in the own movie, in the same movie that they took it out of. But they will go to great lengths in this one to show you that she's bleeding a few times in this film. We get it. You're expressing to us, people complain, hey, you took away her power, but she's still doing the flippy shit. She does the flippy shit in this, but they have to show that after she does that flippy shit, she got an owie. So to show that she's human. Yeah. So, Ada and Alice have to rendezvous, connect with another crew, which is organized by Wesker, which includes 2 video game characters, Leon F. Kennedy, Barry Burton, and Luther! Yes, the greatest Resident Evil movie character ever, Luther West. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back, and he's ready to do something. So, yes, Leon's team blows up the entrance to the facility. No, they don't blow it up. They plant the explosive, which would detonate in 2 hours to ensure. Okay, so they did not blow it up. They just planted the bombs there. And they have to meet Alice and Ada in Raccoon City. But they also have the little girl, don't forget. Not yet. They went through New York and defeat 2 executioners, which I think are the Axe Dudes, the Axemen, I think. Leontine enters a Moscow simulation, but is surrounded by the Las Plagas zombies. So they're, I don't know. They get to the suburban simulation, Alice and Ada do, and find Becky, who believes that Alice is her mother. I do like how she's like, so they establish that she's deaf, but she still talks. She's one of those deaf people that can still talk. She's like, Mom, what happened to you? Why are you dressed like that? What happened to your clothes? It's like, and then they are confronted by clones of Alice's other deceased allies. Another Rain, an evil one, and Carlos. We're there to capture them. Ada stays behind so Alice and Becky can get out of there, and they encounter the good clone of Rain. They rescued them earlier, so they run off. She's in the Moscow simulation for some reason. Alice gives her a weapon and tells her to keep Becky safe because she can't worry about a kid right now. So she runs off, and she has to rescue Leon and Luther and Barry for some reason from the Las Vegas zombies and a giant liquor, because they always use the liquors in these movies. There's other things. I mean, they've used the Tyrant, they've used Nemesis, they even used the Axemen or the Executioners, and now liquor. Back to liquor again. Liquor. I hardly know it. But, yeah. They decided to go to the submarine pens, which is a phrase I never heard before. The submarine pens, they're down here. I'm like, pens? Okay. But are attacked by Jill's team, and there's a bunch of shooting. During this, Becky is captured by the liquor, and the good Rain is killed. Yeah. But don't worry, because Milla Jovovich can just rescue Becky. Just fine. She kills the liquor, and then to get out, they're like, hey, we have to go. And Barry proves that he's like, nah, you get out of here. Someone's got to go to the fire. Besides, I like this. It's just a shooting. And now, 5 movies in, we finally get Barry Burton. Jill is here, but Jill is controlled by the bug thing. We don't get any interaction between the two of them. They're both shooting at each other, by the way. No interactions, nothing, and Barry is just killed during this fight. He sacrificed himself. Because they only care, studio or Paul Anderson is like, oh, they want more game characters? Okay, we want you to use them right, not just bring them in to die. No. Admittedly, I don't really know the character of Barry Burton, so all I know is he keeps talking about a Jill sandwich. What? What is this? That's all I know. I don't know about him. You know. So maybe this is true to his character. I don't know. But yeah. Everyone was waiting to see this character from the first game come back, show up in the movies. There you go. The others escape. The explosives blow up, and Leon and Luther escape the flooding while Alice and Becky survive through the ventilation shaft. They get on the surface during the snowmobile. They think they're safe, but psych! A submarine pops up. It's Jill's submarine, an evil rain. They confront the group, holding Ada as a hostage. And if I was them, Alice, I'd be like, yeah, I just met her. Go ahead, kill her. Go ahead. I don't care. Apparently, Leon cares a great deal for her, so I guess that's it. Everyone fights, right? Luther gets shot. He got shot down in the pens, actually. I'm like, no! But they didn't fight. Yeah. And Rain now has superpowers because she was bitten by she was injected with the Las Plagas parasite, I guess. And they're fighting. She kills Luther. No! Then knocks out Leon, because I guess he's too good looking to kill. I don't know. But during this, here we go. Mila Jovovich is fighting Jill. She takes the scarab off Jill, and she goes, but she looks perfectly fine. She doesn't get knocked out like Claire in the last one. Perfectly fine. She lays down there for a minute, and so then Alice decides to fight Evil Rain, and then it's fighting. You see that there are zombies underneath the water because they can swim, apparently. Well, we know that zombies can just walk underwater from Land of the Dead, so yeah. You know who else sees this? Jill, who screams out, Alice! And throws a gun at her. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. So, she shoots underneath Rain's feet, which means the ice is gonna break. She falls through and she is taken away by the evil zombies. I'm gonna get you. She tries to climb back up and she's pulled by the zombies. She's left to be dead, I think. Yeah. So they take a convoy or helicopter or something to where Wesker is hiding. And on this plane, with her and the little girl who is fine. Like, well, I mean, the little girl, she's fine. She's there. She's fine. Ada Wong is there. And you see Leon put his arm on her leg. And she's just like, there's their relationship. But then Jill walks up to her and goes, it's nice to see you again. And I go, no! You should not remember who she is. Because then they established in the last fucking movie. Does he not watch his own damn movies? Paul W.S. Anderson. In the last movie, it was told to us that the bug erased your memories. That's why Claire was all messed up in the head in the last one. Jill's just fine. Cup of tea right as rain. She's fine. She remembers everything. Because, we don't need it for the plot in this one. So we go to where Wesker is hiding out, which we find out is the White House. And he immediately super speeds and re-injects Jill, or Alice, with the T-virus. Because we need you at full strength. Because she's a good guy now, apparently. And the Red Queen is planning to wipe out humanity. So they need superpowered Alice to lead them to victory. And we get a shot that looks pretty badass, but is probably going to be shit on in the next one, because Lord knows they did in this one. A shot of Alice in the middle, and then you have Leon and Ada and Jill and Wesker, and they're ready to fight hordes of zombies and some flying creatures, and yeah, we're ready for the next one. So I didn't think this one was terrible. Sure, it's got its issues, but I don't know. Like, Extinction, I think, was worse than this, because it's just like this year going from location to location to location in this one, whereas Extinction was just a vast wasteland for the entire film. Which I know when I eventually do Mad Max, that's going to be a complaint, because that's all those movies are, and that's why I never kind of gravitated to those. I don't care for the post-apocalyptic wasteland shit, but yeah. Wesker is not just a good guy for some reason. I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But and the one comment I have, they showed him at the Oval Office. He goes, "This is fitting," and I'm like, "You're Canadian. You can't be president." The actor's Canadian. He wasn't born here. Can't be president. I'm just saying, right? But I'm going to give a massive down for the killing of Luther. I feel like we could use him, but no, he's just dead. You bring back the characters from the first one. You have a clever way to do it, where you could have had, like, the good like you had an idea with Rain. You could have the good versions of those characters with her, and the bad versions, and they kind of have to fight. That's a lot of special effects to kind of put them in there together, but still, I don't know. Rain's the only one that really is good. The good Carlos or Todd is killed off right away. So, yeah, he's from Ontario, Canada. Yeah. They put his. Well, you know how on Wikipedia, underneath an actor, it'll say notable work. Well, they put Resident Evil and Goosebumps, but they're right next to each other. There's no comma, nothing. It's just so it looks like it reads Resident Evil Goosebumps. Like there's a secret Resident Evil movie, and the subtitle was Goosebumps. I don't know. And yes, he was also in Diary of the Dead and Land of the Dead, playing two different characters that could be the same character. I don't know, but they didn't care. I also thought that the Red Queen and the little girl were the same actress. They're not. They look very similar, but no. But it was all right. I'll give it the middle of the road. It's fine. There's nothing wrong about it. I like some of the action sequences, you know. It's not as good as the last one, but it's not terrible. I can see why people... See, I think the problem is that... I think maybe the problem with these are like the diehard fans of the games. And I'm just like I'm a fan, but I'm not a diehard fan. I'm not like, oh my god, you did that to one of the characters. Like Barry Burton dies. I feel like a lot of people will get very, very pissed about that. I was sympathizing with those when I said that, he's a well-known character. But like I said, I don't really know much about him. Is him going out in a blaze of glory, the way his character works, or not? The fact that I even pointed out the fact that he and Jill only get one conversation in this movie because she's taken over by the bug, whatever. I also have an issue with, maybe the actors couldn't come back. Sure. But there's no, instead of saying, oh, Chris and Claire were captured or something like that, we just don't talk about them. They're just not mentioned at all because the actors couldn't come back. So just not, no. So I don't know. But yeah, and as far as picking up where you left off, I think it works. It's a workaround because the actors didn't come back, so. But it works, I guess. When you actually do something, Anyway. So what are your thoughts of Resident Evil Retribution? Leave a comment below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.